Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, to my platform here in the month of April 2023. And we're in between those eclipses. We had the solar eclipse, and we're heading into the lunar eclipse beginning of May. So lots of Taurus energies, and the Uranus, right, is in Taurus as well. I have the Taurus in 8 signs, so yeah, it's just very powerful transformational energies, right? Those who, the volunteer souls, and who are also the training dark arts, right? We have to go into kind of into that underworld, just kind of analyze everything, right? See how everything feels, and especially the crazy recruitments in the military by the Dark Fleet, the Draco constellation, and the whole DARPA here, kind of doing all these AI digital programming for the proxy wars with the proxy Israel, and all these invasions in Middle East, because they want to control the 10D Stargate in Iraq and Iran. So now everything's exposed from A to Z, and the Ascension timeline is, of course, it's here. We are embodying in that, and that's why my project is from being like the digital avatar back into our original divine blueprint, being the diamond sun Christos avatar. Okay, so how to be your true self, how to be the spiritual warrior, how to be the warrior of truth or defender of truth, and how to also know your purpose or mission, why you came here to this planet. So there's lots of like analytical things going on, and of course the healing transformational thing going on. So I'll be working on another project, Yana Yoga. I just kind of started back then in 2009 and 10, right? So I'll be just kind of continuing, like I was originally bringing the yoga into the military section. So there are lots of soul siblings. They're my soul tribe there, who of course ended up in those terroristic organizations, right, and hooked to that AI, that cloud, right, through the Nazi Neuralink, and then hooked to the astral organizations like Octopus, Hydra, and Scorpio, and who knows what else, for their kind of interesting recruitments. That's all going to divine justice, right? So I have the Credo for the New Earth jurisdiction. And the good guys. So you have the good guys, bad guys. It depends what you're choosing. Everything is monitored, right? Everything is now surveillance, and what is that? Nobody can escape. Like, everything is accounted for. Yeah, because we're implementing the Galactic Codex. We have a divine intervention. Everything is under the law of one. Cosmic Sovereign Law. We're going back to the Animal Order, Animal Covenant. That's the evolutionary path of each soul here, okay, on this planet, whether it was the Earth, Tara, Gaia, right, kind of the Trinity structure. We're again going back to that right symmetry, or the sacred geometry, right, sacred math, the Trinity, instead of that was the duality, polarity. We've been here negatively polarized and running reversals, right, and especially through all kinds of things like this, right, chemtrails, GMO food, and so on. We've all been pretty much genetically modified, right? But now you see how also that horrible things were applying to infants, children. But I'm dealing with the military section, the whole recruitment thing, right? That all needs to be stopped, and it's all it's coming to the light. It is what it is. I have to do it because it was done to me without also informed consent, without letting me know or what in the world is happening. So kind of we have to analyze this, and because they are using highly advanced technology, and so that's why the human consciousness, right, we're here because the human consciousness can't even fathom how that AI really function. If through 4D, if they need to get to 5D, that's why only 20 or 30% ascending, or and so on. But that's okay. It's just what I'm trying to say. It's like time to be now spiritual warriors, because the AI right now is so highly advanced, and that's exactly what happened also with the Zeta races, right? They got technologically so advanced that they even lost their reproductive system, and they just couldn't even, I guess, reconnect with their true organic self. And so, right, we're kind of breaking that cycle. And so I'm going to again create the project for yeah, my soul group, right? Whether those who joined the MC, the the Marines, and the MIC and the DARPA and so on. So like Zen gardens, yoga centers, all this meditation, the Ayurveda diet, and so on. So it's going to be Yana Yoga or Yana Kalaya Yoga, and so I'll be working on it. Yeah, I want to have ashram, absolutely. So how it used to be even during the times of Marco Polo, and so we're just kind of I'm resurrecting the timeline also, whether of Atlantis, right? All these things that happen in Atlantis, guys, that's what we're cleansing, clearing, purifying. We're going through all that. So this is like I say, multidimensional, extra dimensional kind of process, right? Even the ascension, right? It's not like, oh, it's just like, oh, we're just kind of ascending on a linear level. No, it's very complex. And so we're here holding the container, right? We're like the column of light shining bright for those who are either choosing the ascension or healing, the transformation, so they get a proper care. It's very important. Represent the Ashtar Command, right? The Galactic Council or the Andromeda Council here, and of course we're bringing the consciousness of the solar rishis, right? The cosmic solar dragons are back online with their Ouroboros, and also you can see so many beautiful signs in the sky, right? The aurora kind of thing going on, but it's lots of ETs, extraterrestrials. They're here helping us, and also they're cleansing the ozone, they're cleansing the air, and because the pollution is just went way out there, just again. And so that's why now it's like everything is pretty much kind of set. Okay, I don't want to be like strict, like set in stone. Of course there can be some changes, modifications, but we pretty much know who is who and who is choosing what, and what in the world, right, has been happening. Now everything's transpiring in the political arena, the military section, right, even in science, in the entertainment industry, school, education, the media, all this control from the mainstream media, right, this narrative, and so on, just people kind of being their AI brain hooked to the cloud and so on. So I talked about it last time, but I'll be just kind of focusing or just letting you know and that my work is like transformational work, like healing work. And again, I'm reintroducing again yoga to veterans, helping those really the wounded ones who are of that high level of souls, empath sensitives, or indigo warriors, and so on. Okay, who are star seeds, and like I said, who ended up in terroristic organizations, skull and bones, all these reversals, perversions, right, and how they were hooked to AI, boom, 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 all these proxy wars, right, out there in the Middle East. So that it needs to be rectified. This is all needs to be brought into divine justice. We have the footages from Julian Assange, so, and all these whistleblowers, right? So just putting protection around them is very important, because they're doing an extremely important job, because only the truth will set us free, right? Time to align ourselves with also with virtues, with morals, with ethics, right? No more of this kind of Babylonian empire, sex magic, money magic, all this darkness, right? And all these sodomy and all these Baphomet kind of network, and what else they were doing, just the raping and torture. What in the world? This is not how the angelic divine luminous beings were designed, okay? So that's what, you understand that we're dealing with extremely rogue, negative aliens with their agendas, and some of us, we had the reversals in our DNA because of the breeding, because of the mutation in the DNA. So there's, nothing to be kind of ashamed of, or there's nothing under the sun. If you have a beautiful soul, but we're some of us are of that draconian nature, reptilian nature, but through that Christos, the crystalline heart, we can transform all that. We can correct everything. That's why we came here, to bring everything right side up, right? For me, especially those the 5-star 5-star humans, right, from the planet Tara. There was another timeline, Hyperboreans, after the cataclysm of Atlantis, and so on. There was so much destruction, guys, going on of that Earth that was in those higher dimensions, right? Even Gaia, she was in seventh dimension, Tara, fifth dimension, and because of the fall of consciousness, because of the Atlantean conspiracy, right? Luciferian rebellion, right? Which just really came here to this extremely dense and low vibration, and all this destruction and contamination and dumbing down and running the reversals and inversions. I mean, come on, it's just time to break through it, right? And so that's why I was even like wondering, like for me, even like having life here, how in the world people can live in this physical world where everything is upside down and so toxic, contaminated, and all these pollutions and devastations, all these injustices, right? And so I was just kind of always like wondering, wow, and just just even with children and all this indoctrination, and even at home, right? All this kind of just people are not aware what is happening even through TV and through movie production, and how that influenced the psyche of the children. And so very, very foreign. I was walking here really just like just like a stranger here, and it's like everybody's like having their lives, and working from 8 till 5, and taxes, utility bill, or whatever. I'm like, why? We have extraterrestrial technology and so on. So I was always like wondering, I guess we're the visitors, guys. Here we're more like of that etheric, very supernatural nature, right? The cosmic energy, bring the cosmic energies here for unplugging ourselves from that AI matrix of those negative aliens. Time to go home, right? Or for me, the crystal star family, Andromeda, right? We come from other star constellations, and some of us are not even from this universe, right? It's because there's omniverse, right? It's all infinite, it's we're timeless, it's endless, right? And that's why holding on to the divine spark within the sacred chamber of your heart, that's the only thing to hold on to, right? We're in this world but not out of it. Know yourself and be free, right? Those are these truths that Yahshua D12, right? To me, he was from Andromeda, even though he represented the Pleiadian energy, okay? That's what he's been teaching, and he's been walking in those energies, right? Of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude. And he had his initiation in Himalaya, yeah, he was in Tibet, in Nepal, and in one of those also Buddhist monasteries there. So and then of course he came back went to Egypt again for his final initiations. And then for his ascension through the Giza portal, right? So very important portals. What I'm learning, understanding, that was in the Middle East, Iraq, Iran, and Afghanistan, guys. We're also resurrecting the energy of Zoroastrianism, right? Zarathustra, okay? Very important to understand that. And then, in Giza, there was another like very important crystal technology, right? In those sacred chambers there of the king, of the queen, right? Those, pyramids, structures. That's all AI technology, right? Highly advanced, so we're bringing everything back into its original design. Those are portals to those other dimensions and communication with other star systems, okay? And because here we've been in the frequency fence, so-called, prison, right? I mean, those who feel energies, those, their consciousness expanded, and we were the ones who were persecuted or ostracized, and just kind of diagnosed with schizophrenia, who knows what else, what in the world, what this is all about, So, and now what I'm feeling, the change is like, guys, this is our time. So those whistleblowers and those who are really, beaten down, or even the military, those who were tortured the most, to me, those were also the ones with the Diamond Sun DNA of Christos lineages, of Melchizedek order, and of those Rose line lineages, guys. So know that there's justice, that the truth wins, right? And it would just have to be, again, courageous, and walk bravely, in these energies of ascension, and become then the co-creators of the new earth. And you're talking about the communities in unity with ETs, with their highly advanced highly advanced technology for healing, for transformation, for cleansing the planet, the ocean, the air, right, the energy, the soil. Okay, and that's why I talk about the Zen gardens and yoga centers and ashrams and uh, just paradise. Okay, this villages and small towns of extremely high vibes. I know that Michael Tellinger, right, in South Africa, he already, he's putting this everything together and looks like it's working, it's blossoming. So this is awesome. So more and more of us coming online with these kind of projects, right? Here we go, guys. Here's the 5D, here's the 5D Earth, the Ascension, right, the communities, the quantum financial system, kind of working in peace and harmony, unity, prosperity, right? Because also like sharing our gifts and talents, and of course under the law of one, everybody. That's why it's so important to heal ourselves first. Also the boundaries are very important. You know yourself, know your energy field, how it operates, how it was hijacked, how we were hacked, right? Our DNA, our aura, energy field, how the sacred geometry was messed up. It was running reversals in those energy centers, in our portals, right? That's how those negative ones they got into that. That's why they were able to go to extremely high densities in that astral plane and do all this damage and all this degradation, so they can be the gods and control the entire planet, the solar system, and the galaxy, and the Milky Way, right? So everything is on the Galactic Codex, the law of one, cosmic sovereign law, right? And again, but that's for everybody, guys. And because now everybody is responsible in a way, right? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts and feelings and emotions? So that's why I have the PTSD, time to heal, right? I have the project, the protocol, the Ascension Guardian protocol, guys. This is for everybody, and especially for the elite and the high-ranking military officers, veterans. And it really doesn't matter whether you have 4 stars, 5 stars, and what the ranking is or no ranking, or whether you are gay, or whether you're male or female. Now it doesn't matter. Save your soul, SOS. That's, we're here on a mission, kind of saving or just helping those beautiful souls again get back on track, right? And that's why with the medical team here, like the AI technology, like for example, even my brain, right, was electrocuted, almost was like a charcoal, right? And so they were beaming me, they had this technology and just kind of recovering this kind of area, the prefrontal vortex. Is it prefrontal? What is that? It's a vortex, prefrontal lobe here, helping like with all this healing, okay, and get my pineal gland back online so I can reconnect with my cosmic energies, right? Because it was horrible being in that electrostatic body, in that kind of black goo, right? Everything was hacked and they're burning your aura energy field through that directed energy weapons, psychotronic weapons. There's this commercial or ad, right, this kind of bigger woman with a kind of laser kind of gun for cheese it up, right, kind of puffs up the chips, cheese it up, that's the energy. See, the funny is like in the movies, all these things are being shown, and people maybe think, oh, it's just a movie. No, this is all very, very real, even though so-called secrets. So we're uncovering all these secrets, guys, right? All this classified information from military needs to be declassified. It is what it is. So these things do exist, and people think it's just like an entertainment. Yeah, we're in like a CIA movie production under the umbrella of DARPA, okay, with highly advanced technology, everything technical, and everything like the AI. And now we have this 12 AI was a female robot, so they want to even eliminate the birthing process, okay? So that's how far it went. And so what is happening here, that the star seeds and the indigo warriors, like, we're here because we're just stopping that crazy AI from causing even more destruction and more chaos and confusion and so on, more damage, right? And so helping people with their spiritual growth, with their evolution. That's the Emerald Order, Emerald Covenant. So extremely important, guys, to everybody be on their own spiritual path and start writing things down, or start writing a poem, start dancing and singing and say hi to your heart and to your soul, through heart structure. you can repair everything, because there's so much damage, right? So those guys in the military, they need to be deprogrammed. Their, subconscious mind needs to be rewired. And of course, they need a rehab of their DNA through bioregenesis, like, the yoga, the meditation, the Ayurveda detox or Ayurveda diet, being on the sun, sunshine, maybe some drumming and some secret ceremony, have a fire, right? I just kind of watching the fire, guys. It will kind of ignite again your true divine essence, right? And when your third eye, guys, need to open your third eye or decalcify the pineal gland and open to your psychic abilities in a natural way. That's why, again, yoga, right? 8 steps of yoga, and Ayurveda, because what was done to those guys, they opened them to they were open to all these astral crazy dimensions, right? But it was done through force, through rape, through torture, through abuse, through violence, right? And again, this is all going to divine justice, cosmic trials, galactic military tribunals, right? Because we're dealing with clones and drones, these cloning factories or industries. And so you have to read the energy of the soul of that individual or of that situation. So you have to be, again, highly advanced. Okay. So again, this is not for everybody. So we're here helping, helping with this whole perestroika, or this whole transformational process, right? I mean, the entire infrastructure. I mean, that all needs to go, and just building it from the ground up, right? Through common sense and through our heart structure. So, because people, the way also I understand, also when I talk to kind of people, you just kind of have to take them where they are, right? But those who are like genius, there's so many also. I met beautiful star seeds, or young generation, but some of them are clueless, and they know how to assemble computer. They know this, but they know nothing about ascension, right? And raising the frequency vibration, right? How about meditation? How some prayers, guys, you have to, otherwise the AI will take over you. I mean, seriously, if you are not building that inner core, you have to be strong in your core, in your heart, and making sure you still have the organic structure around you. And if you want to work with AI, right, it's only for the betterment of it's for the good of all, right? For the betterment of others, about making sure you have that peace and harmony within you. You make sure you're in those balanced energies, especially of that female and masculine energies, right? The feminine, the masculine energies, guys, right? So you have the left hemisphere of the brain, that's actually the male energy, even though this side is the female energy, and the right hemisphere of the mind, that's the female energy, but this side of your body is the male energy, right? So that's why understanding the philosophy of yoga, that's for me is very important, because it's ancient of the blue starborn, right? Who came here also, especially right after also the cataclysm of the Atlantis, Vimana, right? The flying spaceships and spacecraft. So many things are also found, or archaeological reports in Afghanistan, right? Iran, Iraq, of those ancient civilization there, living in peace and harmony, right? There's this mummy of this beautiful young lady, okay, and she was very well preserved, actually preserved better than the mummies in Egypt. Okay, how come? Because of the highly advanced either technology of this highly advanced civilization. And that's how it used to be, even the Incas and the Mayan civilization, right? Because they were beautiful spacecraft hovering above those cities and villages. And the ETs, okay, those are our star family, our galactic family, right? Our cosmic family. They were coming here and teaching the earth angels or humanity about, astrology, astronomy, right? Agriculture, mathematics, sacred ceremonies, how to be in touch, and how to live in harmony with nature. And that's what Ayurveda is, knowledge of life, and yoga is union with the divine. These are Sanskrit words, so it's just you have to go deep within your heart and soul to understand the meanings. That's why I'll begin working on that Yana Yoga, project. And to me, the Sanskrit, the chanting is it's just start reverberating through you. When it starts reverberating through you, you start really remembering your home, your true divine nature. You going back to that original blueprint, right? We talk about the base 12 mathematics, the Trinity structure, because here we were running the downward spiral, right? And we were under under kind of the draconian hypnosis, and they have their technology 10D, but it's running reversals, the Metatron reversal. So we're correcting everything, bringing everything right side up, right? So it's perfect north, heading again the North Star. But again, be careful, because the secret societies, right? Because secret societies, the way I understand, okay, the negative ones, they just were using or abusing the knowledge, and especially also the law of one, that was by Aleister Crowley, who was contacted by a very dark entity, right? And they just perverted the entire was a construct of all that, right? And even the teachings, and just because people, right, you have to be yogi to differentiate what is correct, what is not correct, what is true, what sounds true, and what is false. Even though, of course, this is all now for educational purposes, it helps us to expand our consciousness. But like I said, purifying your mind, purifying your senses, opening your third eye, decalcifying the pineal gland, being on a diet. Like yesterday, I just had 2 orange juices with superfood, right? I had my frozen coconut yogurt. I should have probably not done that, but again, I'm trying to even fast today, especially when I'm not doing physical work, when I'm the part-time job. So because the energies, guys, are here, the crystalline energies, that's why I'm reporting. I feel so spacious. I feel really like it's very graceful energies. So we're now the law of one, right? The Galactic Codex, the law of divine grace, guys. These are the energies they were being inundated in. How to say that? They're just flowing through us, inundated, right? Inundated. So. And so the energy, so I can finally breathe. I can feel my cosmic mission. I can finally feel Yana, or what happened to Yana, and like how, we already ascended and the earth kind of ascended. But now, we're just kind of coming back and forth, because we need to also really ground all these energies in that physical plane, exposing the negativity, right, on that visceral plane, on that visible plane. So for people to see, to understand, to grow, to release themselves from that chains, right, from that fetters of the negative structure, and they can embark on their own spiritual journey, soul evolution, right, soul connection, consciousness expansion, guys. So, and whether it's there, they'll do it later, because there'll be a couple of waves of ascension. But also remember, so many of people, unfortunately, whether they're choosing AI or there is ignorance, they don't want to do anything about it. Again, there is no judgment, but they do end up in those, again, the false timelines or the artificial timelines, the 3D kind of AI earth, and remember, that the creator, right, the source, right, it's a pure loving energy. It's of unconditional love and perfect peace. So there is not like judgment. We are then kind of judging ourselves, because we're the co-creators with the divine, right? We have that ability, just to kind of see what we've done wrong and what we want to correct. And, the source energy, or here where the column of light shining bright, we're holding the highest timelines for all of you guys to realize it, to recognize it, right? And even for the Marines or high-ranking military officers, right? Even for the Dracos, for the Reptilians, for the Zetas, the Andromeda is hosting the Ascension. So we're going extremely high, the 9D. But what I was talking about, that all these secret societies of the negative faction, guys, this is all going to be also exposed one by one, and start understanding that they reversed the entire structure of these, the Mystica kind of Jewish Kabbalah, secret societies of the yogis, of the ascended masters, right? And, this how America was founded upon, right? The 13 colonies, and, we had the militia, we had the Christos Templars, right? But unfortunately, because of the invasion of the negative ones, then the Luciferian Templars were kind of part of that elite structure. And some of those beings that are possessed, right? All this possession, all these drugs, Satanism, Luciferianism, pedophilia, watching porn, and all this stuff, and drinking adrenochrome, and so we're arresting all these energies, kind of no more, and they gotta choose the Galactic Codex. It is what it is, right? I mean, we're ascending. The entire cosmos is ascending because we're now in this new cosmic ascension cycle, right? The Satya Yuga, like Satya Sai Baba, okay? And so we're leaving the Kali Yuga of the darkness, right? We're entering the new golden age in Aquarius. Now the Pluto, right? The planet of destruction, rebirth, also is in Aquarius. Till was it June 11, then the Pluto will go back to Capricorn. But the Aquarius, these are the energies of innovation, of new, of communities. And the old structure is just needs to go, right? Whether it's collapsing, dismantling, or it's disappearing right in front of your eyes, or it's just being transformed, transmuting the energies of pure unconditional love that is coming from your heart, okay? So, what you're encountering, blessed, in a way you can feel bad or, hurt, right? Remember, we need to transmute the energies or the emotions of those low vibes, the first 3 chakras, right? The root chakra, the sacrum, right? And the solar plexus, guys. So constantly being in your heart and doing the energy work, transformational work, energy hygiene. I have the Ascension Guardian protocol on my website, and then I'll be working on that Yana Yoga for the military, right? For my cell group, for the MC when dubbing terroristic organizations, right? And just wreaking havoc in the Middle East, because I'm sure the footages from Julian Assange, you can see, right? What really, has been happening there, and, we all have to face it. And, I'm just sharing my stories with you, and of course there's a solution for everything, and this is what I think that happened, the causes in those recruitments. And actually now there's more and more proof, right? This whole AI kind of digital avatar in a virtual world. There are so many scientists, they know that our DNA is being scanned from space, right? The DNA survey is going on, and they're using it for control and manipulation. So actually this is nothing new under the sun. There was the TED talk from some of those elite individuals in 2006. We're in 2023. Okay, so if that information was people start being educated about those kind of things and take proper measurements, right? And I understand these energies of ascension, they were culminating before 2000. I understand they were like the movies, Bedazzled, and there was the movie Matrix, right? So there was so much education more than 23 years ago about, hey, we're in a computer simulation, hey, we better connect with our soul and be in our heart and being good to everyone, just the golden rule, that it's just like a basic teachings. But unfortunately, the food, right? The diet, the indoctrination, the TV, and people are hooked to computers and all these addictions and working hard. So, they pay taxes or utility bills and this bank and that bank, and just people are kind of caught up. And so where's time for you? Where's time for your soul? Where's time for your energy? Where's time to, for you just to be loving and to be free and just to feel your beingness, feel that divine spark within that sacred chamber of your heart. People are busy, right? They need to build this, rebuild this, another car, another home, another husband, another watch, another shoes, shopping till you drop, okay? And here we go. So that's why I talk about simplification of the life, and especially and in a military, so those guys, those who were so abused and violated, and they knew that that was not correct, right? For them, we're creating the platform to start healing, to start expressing their truth, what happened to them, right? But with loving kindness, like very carefully, and so on, so I can finally breathe and become the true, diamond avatar Christos Templars again, the warriors of truth, defenders of truth, so again, the true militia, right? How it was the 13 colonies and the teachings of the ascended masters, not the sacred society of those black magicians practicing sodomy and pedophilia. Okay, so that's why this all needs to be exposed. It's all coming to the surface. We talk about it, we're disseminating those information, guys. Also remember, my videos are mostly for educational, entertainment purposes. Okay, to here to inspire you, empower you. So only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Don't take it maybe too personally or too much to your heart. Again, if something triggers you or if you don't understand, remember there's always a way, doing your own research or doing your meditation, diving deep within your heart, within your soul. The kingdom of heaven is within. Know yourself and be free. Okay, and know that all is well. I'll talk to you next time. Many blessings and namaste. Bye bye.